Okay. Show me.
When John Carpenter's killer car movie roared into theaters in 1983, audiences saw chrome, carnage, and Stephen King's name on the poster. What they didn't see? The chaos under the hood.
Her name's Christine.
Columbia buying rights to a book that didn't exist yet. 24 doomed Plymouths. F-bombs added just to dodge a PG rating. And a self-healing car brought to life with hydraulic trickery. This isn't just a horror story. It's a saga of pranks, accidents, and automotive murder. Buckle up. Christine's behind-the-scenes ride is about to get even wilder than what made it to the screen.
Number 1. Columbia Pictures bought the rights to a book that didn't exist yet and started filming before anyone could read it.
You might as well be dumping toxic waste on our lawn.
April 1983, Stephen King's Christine novel hadn't even hit bookstore shelves yet, but in a warehouse in Los Angeles, John Carpenter was already filming the opening scene of a movie based on that unpublished book. Columbia Pictures heard whispers about King's demonic car story. They didn't wait for reviews. They didn't wait for sales numbers. They bought the rights sight unseen and went into production before readers even knew Christine existed. The result? Movie audiences were watching Keith Gordon get possessed by a Plymouth Fury just 8 months after the book was published. King was literally still doing book tours while Carpenter was in post-production. No test audiences, no market research, just pure faith in a story about a murderous car. Number 2, the studio reportedly added phi-bombs to avoid a PG rating because the killer car wasn't violent enough.
Probably 193. I don't care.
December 1983, Columbia Pictures had a problem nobody saw coming. Their horror movie about a killer car wasn't violent enough for an R rating. Carpenter had just come off The Thing, one of the goriest films ever made, but Christine? Too tame. The MPAA was leaning PG, which would have been box office poison for a Stephen King adaptation. The solution was hilariously simple. Executives reportedly salted in F-bombs, added crude language to regular conversations, turned normal teen talk into something edgier. The violence stayed minimal. The car kills stayed bloodless, but those strategic curse words, they saved Christine from becoming the first PG-rated killer car movie. Number 3, 24 cars were murdered making this film, and 15% of the budget went to destroying them.
20! Get over there and cut it off.
The production budget was $9.7 million, and 15% of that, minus nearly $1.5 million, went to buying and destroying cars. Carpenter's team scoured Southern California. They placed ads in every newspaper. They needed 1958 Plymouth Furies, but those were rare. Only 5,303 ever made, so they bought Belvederes, they bought Savoys, they bought anything that looked close enough to paint red and call Christine. 24 cars total. By the end of filming, only 2 survived intact. The others crushed, burned, crashed, and cannibalized for parts. Half of the massive Darnell's garage set wasn't even a set, it was a working body shop keeping the Christines running between takes. Number 4, the most famous scene was created by crushing a car backwards through time after filming Rap. 3 weeks after principal photography wrapped, John Carpenter realized he had a problem. His horror movie needed more horror. He called special effects wizard Roy Arbogast with an impossible request: make Christine heal herself on camera. No CGI, no computer effects, just practical magic in 1983. Arbogast's solution was brilliantly backward. He stripped a car down to its frame, installed hydraulic pumps inside, and used cables to suck the panels inward. The metal crumpled, the car collapsed, then they played the footage in reverse. That iconic scene where Christine repairs herself, it's literally destruction running backwards through time. Pure analog wizardry that still looks better than most modern CGI. Number 5, Alexandra Paul's identical twin secretly acted in the movie, and Carpenter never knew he was directing the wrong sister.
I'm sorry, I can't.
One morning on set, Alexandra Paul had an idea. Her identical twin sister Caroline was visiting. Why not pull the ultimate prank? Caroline stepped in for the bulldozer scene. She climbed aboard, she acted her heart out, and John Carpenter directed the entire sequence without knowing he had the wrong twin. It wasn't until after cut that Alexandra revealed the switch. Carpenter had been punked by the Paul sisters, and Caroline's performance, it's in the final film. Her highly skilled clutch pushing became part of cinema history. 1 twin hired, both twins in the credits, 0 twins caught until it was too late. Number 6, Keith Gordon had an asthma attack during his biggest emotional scene, and they used the take.
Yeah, that's chicken shit.
Oh, yeah?
Put it down, buddy.
The scene where Arnie defends Christine to his parents should have been straightforward. Emotional, sure, but manageable. Then Keith Gordon's asthma kicked in. His voice changed. His breathing became labored. But instead of stopping, Gordon pushed through. The wheeze in his voice, the struggle for air. It made Arnie's obsession feel more desperate, more unhinged. Carpenter kept rolling. The take made it into the final cut. That strange quality in Arnie's voice during his breakdown, that's not acting. That's an actor literally fighting for breath while defending a demonic car. Medical emergency became method acting, and it worked. Number 7. Every roar from Christine's engine was actually a 1970 Mustang pretending to be possessed.
That's the last time you run that mechanical asshole in here without an exhaust.
Every time Christine roared to life, every rev of her engine, every moment she prowled the streets, none of it was a Plymouth Fury. The sound department tried recording the real cars. Too weak, too polite. This was supposed to be a demon on wheels, not a Sunday driver. The solution came from a completely different beast. A 1970 Mustang 428 Super Cobra jet. Its growl had the menace they needed. Its roar had the hunger. So every time you hear Christine's engine in the film, you're actually hearing Ford muscle pretending to be possessed. Mopar, automotive blasphemy that absolutely worked. Number 8. The actors really destroyed a mint condition Plymouth with sledgehammers, and some got injured. The vandalism scene wasn't fake. When Buddy Repperton and his gang attacked Christine with sledgehammers, they were really destroying a pristine Plymouth. William Ostrander jumped on the roof so hard he nearly fell off. Real glass shattered. Real metal bent. The actors were told one thing: go for it. And they did. They demolished a car worth more than most of their salaries. Some actors left the scene with actual cuts from flying glass and twisted metal. Years later, car collectors would weep watching this scene. That wasn't special effects. That was automotive murder captured on film. Number 9. Stephen King deliberately chose a car nobody cared about and accidentally made it immortal. The 1950s were the golden age of American automobiles. Thunderbirds, Bel Airs, cars that became legends. King deliberately chose the 1958 Plymouth Fury because nobody gave a damn about it. I wanted a car that had been forgotten, King said. It had disappeared into obscurity. No existing mythology. No nostalgic fans. Just a blank slate for evil. The irony: Christine made the Plymouth Fury immortal. Car shows now feature Christine replicas. Collectors pay hundreds of thousands for surviving models. King accidentally turned a forgotten car into the most famous evil vehicle in cinema history. His attempt to use obscurity as horror became a resurrection. Number 10. John Carpenter filmed Christine in the exact same neighborhood where he shot Halloween.
Who did this?
South Pasadena, 1978. Michael Myers stalked these streets in Halloween. 5 years later, the same streets would see Christine prowling for victims. Both films set in 1978. Both filmed in identical locations. Both directed by Carpenter. The high school, the suburban houses, even some of the same corners where Laurie Strode ran from evil. It wasn't just convenience. Carpenter deliberately linked his two films through geography. In his universe, the same town that survived the Shape would face the Fury. One neighborhood, two evils, zero coincidences. Number 11. Carpenter threw out the book's ghost explanation and made Christine evil from birth.
But I'm gonna tell you something else right now.
Stephen King's novel had an explanation. Christine was possessed by Roland LeBay's vengeful spirit. Ghost in the machine. Haunted car. Simple. Carpenter threw that out completely. His Christine was born evil. That opening scene where she kills on the assembly line, that's Carpenter saying this car didn't need a ghost. She was demonic from the first bolt. The studio worried it was too similar to American Werewolf in London's Buddy ghost scenes, but Carpenter had a deeper reason. Pure evil is scarier than explained evil. Christine wasn't possessed. Christine was possession itself. No ghost. No reason. Just malevolence on wheels. Number 12. Keith Gordon imagined he was touching a woman every time he caressed the car. When I touched the car, I pretended I was touching a woman. That's Keith Gordon explaining his approach to the intimate scenes with Christine. Every caress of the hood, every gentle stroke of the chrome, he was thinking about flesh, not metal. It sounds bizarre until you watch the film. The way Arnie's hands move over Christine, the tenderness, the desire. It's uncomfortable because it's real. Gordon was genuinely performing a love scene. The crew watched a 19-year-old actor seduce a car using method acting, and it worked so well it made audiences squirm. Number 13. The movie made only $21 million, and both King and Carpenter called it a failure.
Get in there and apologize to your mother right now.
Hey, take your mitts off me.
December 9th, 1983. Christine rolled into theaters with everything going for it. Stephen King's name, John Carpenter directing, killer car concept. It opened at number 4. By week 2, it slipped to number 8. By week 3, number 9. Total box office, $21 million. Barely double its budget. Both King and Carpenter called it a failure. The film that took 15% of its budget just for cars couldn't afford to be a hit. Critics blamed the lack of gore. Audiences wanted Freddy Krueger, not psychological horror. Christine was caught between eras. Too serious for the 80s slasher crowd. Too weird for mainstream audiences. The car that couldn't die died at the box office. Number 14. Only 3 Christines survive, and they're worth $500,000 made from dead car parts. Of the 24 cars that started production, 22 were destroyed. The 2 survivors weren't even complete cars anymore. Another to a collector who rebuilt it from scattered parts. The third is a patchwork monster, pieces from stunt cars, close-up cars, crash cars, all welded into one vehicle. Bill Gibson owns that Frankenstein Christine. He claims the car owns him now. Takes it to conventions, car shows, even a wedding once. Value, $500,000. These aren't preserved movie props. They're automotive zombies, stitched together from their dead siblings. Number 15. Carpenter mixed the fake Mustang engine with animal growls and metal grinding to create Christine's voice.
Look, mister, would you give Arnie a break, huh? He's just a stupid kid. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Remember that Mustang engine sound? Carpenter didn't just swap it for power. He mixed it with other sounds. Matseno, metal grinding, animals growling, even synthesizer tones. When Christine stalks Moochie, that's not just an engine, it's a predator's breath. When she regenerates, those aren't just mechanical sounds. They're organic, alive. The sound design won no awards, got no recognition, but it turned a car into a character, made metal seem flesh, gave a machine a soul, a damned one, but still a soul. Carpenter composed horror with horsepower, and 40 years later, that sound still makes people check their mirrors. Bonus fact, in 1983, nobody saw Christine as prophecy. It was just a horror movie about an evil car, but King and Carpenter accidentally predicted something darker. Today's cars collect data. They know where you go. They can be hacked, controlled, turned against you. The idea of a car with its own agenda isn't fantasy anymore. It's a firmware update away. Christine wasn't just about a possessed Plymouth. It was about our relationship with machines, how we love them, how they change us, how they might not love us back. King wanted to use a forgotten car. Instead, he created a warning we're still ignoring. Every time your car's computer updates itself, remember Christine regenerating in that garage. She was teaching us to be afraid of the right things. Closing. Look, Christine shouldn't have worked. A movie about a killer car, filmed before its own book was published, with barely any gore and a cast of unknowns. It broke John Carpenter's hot streak and disappointed Stephen King. But here's the thing about Christine. She refused to stay dead. Just like in the film, she keeps regenerating. In car shows, in pop culture, in every red Plymouth Fury that makes someone do a double take. So here's my question. What's the one car from your past that felt like it had a personality? That one vehicle that seemed to know things it shouldn't? Drop it in the comments, because after researching Christine, I'm starting to think King was onto something. Some cars aren't just machines. Some cars remember, and some cars, they're still out there, waiting. Show me.